This is Chemistry 1045 Laboratory, Experiment number 11, Oxidation, Reduction, Titration. In this experiment, we'll be investigating the use of oxidation and reduction reactions and the use of titration. In order to begin, you will need to obtain the titrant, which is potassium permanganate. You will begin by using the titrant to rinse out a burette, and after you've finished rinsing it, you will fill the burette with the titrant. After you have filled the burette, you will add 25 milliliters of the analyte, which is copper to nitrate, into an Erlenmeyer flask. After you've transferred the analyte into the Erlenmeyer flask, you are ready to start the titration. You do this by slowly adding the potassium permanganate into the iron 2 nitrate until the purple color starts to disappear. The titration will be complete when it has achieved a red-orange coloration. Now we need to obtain the average concentration of the analyte. In order to do that, you first need to obtain the initial volume of the titrant and the final volume of the titrant. You then subtract the final volume of the titrant by the initial volume of the titrant to get the total volume of the titrant that you added to the analyte. After you have the total volume of titrant added, you need to obtain the volume of analyte that you had. After we have those three, we can begin to obtain the concentration of the analyte. We do this by multiplying the moles of titrant by the mole ratio and 1 over the volume of the analyte. To obtain the moles of the titrant, you multiply the volume of it by the molarity of it over 1 liter. After we have the molarity of the titrant, we can finally obtain the concentration of the analyte using the previous formula. Do this over several times, and we can obtain the average concentration of the analyte. In order to obtain the concentration of the analyte, you add up the different concentrations that you recorded and then divide by the total number of runs you had.